Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sublimation Life. Today we're going to look at how we do the drizzle on top of the faux whipped cream for our tumbler toppers. This is just a quick one I did yesterday actually. So I'm going to show you how we get that effect onto this little new one here. So if you haven't checked out the tutorial already on how to make the faux whipped cream effect, there is a tutorial to go check out. I'll link that up above and below for you. Check that out to be able to get this effect. But here we're going to show how we get that chocolate drizzle effect or caramel drizzle or whatever drizzle you prefer to have. So for the drizzle, you do need a resin based product. This is the one, it's the Mod Podge from Walmart. Do make sure when you use this, you either have a very well ventilated working space or a ventilation mask to make sure you are protected. There is a high level of fumes that come from this, so just be safe with yourself. So this is the 2 bottles that come with it. I got little mixing cups, a little stirring straw, stick, whatever. This is the paint I use, the color paint I use just for this product. It's just a chocolatey look, but you can get whatever color you prefer. And then just a little squeezy bottle. You don't have to use the squeezy bottle, but it does make it easier to kind of see where you're laying down your layers. So with the resin, you want to make sure your equal parts are being poured into your little cup. You'll do step 1, and then you'll pour the other part on top, and I'll show you how that goes here. Again, please just make sure it's a ventilated area or you're wearing a ventilation mask, just to keep yourself safe. So we don't need a lot because it does turn into a lot towards the end. So I usually just fill this little part up right here, and then just make sure you pour about the same amount of part 2. Make sure you close your lids. So part 2 is the one that, I don't know, I smell the most fumes from, so just gonna be aware. And then the whole mixing as well. And make sure it's equal parts, because that's what's gonna set up. If it's unequal, it just comes out a little bit messier and takes longer to set up. You will want to mix this for 3 minutes to get it all nice and mixed up. Okay, so we're pretty good and mixed there. It probably wasn't the full 3 minutes, but when you're doing it, just make sure it is the full 3 minutes. That's just how it sets up between the 2 mixtures. So go ahead and make sure this is disposed of, or if you're going to reuse it, just put it somewhere that's not going to make a mess later. We'll actually use it to mix this paint in really quick. So with the paint, you don't want to do too much because it'll kind of liquefy it too much, but you can put enough in to where it's going to give you that color. So I don't know, about that much. You can mix it up, see where you're at. I do notice when you pour it, it does come out a little bit lighter than what it is in here. So just kind of be aware of that. So you can see it looks pretty chocolatey in there. We'll stir it. And that's how you make your drizzle. It's pretty drizzly. You do want to make sure when you go to pour this, you have something laying down that's going to be easily cleaned up. Okay, so now staying with this little bottle, the cap unscrews, and it's a small hole, but you can pour it into there. It just makes it an easier process and more effective, I think, but you can also just pour it on however you feel. Just be careful when you're doing this. Okay, so we got our little mixture poured in there. Put your lid back on, and you can test it out, just spraying it back into the cup. You can see how it just drizzles. So you'll go ahead and just start drizzling onto your whipped cream. And it does come out slow, but I kind of like that because then you can see where you're pouring it and you can be more precise with it versus it just like pouring all over the place. Okay, so that's how we do it with that. And then I'll show you just how it would look if we did it just with the pouring method. A little messy there, but that is how you do your drizzle. You can go back and kind of just hold it in different areas and it'll kind of flow a little bit. So, or you just go back and pour. But that's how you do your drizzle. You can be a little bit cleaner with it, more precise. The way I did with my other pink one, I was a lot more careful of where I was placing it. But just to show you how to do it, that's how it comes out. And this is generally how it'll kind of dry up. It's a cute little add-on. All right, if you enjoyed this tutorial, if it was helpful for you, go ahead and boop that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share for others so they can get helped as well. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting.